Hello boys, babes, and all of you beans in between. Welcome back. As you can see, we are knocking out and getting this lovely sky port built and done between episodes. I think it was pretty good. It worked well. I ended up doing it as a test stream to make sure my internet was working correctly, because we had to do some reset stuff because it wasn't working right. But we got it built, we got it done. It's looking quite snazzy. It does need some work and some polishing to add to it and finish up some pieces, but it has come well on its way, much further than I thought I was actually going to get with it. But here we are with it, nice and pretty looking. And we have got some more work to do. So one of the things we wanted to get done today, as this is now done, is start marking out the next plots for these next ships. So now that we have space, we can do that. That's awesome, and I'm very excited for it. The other thing, now that that time lapse is over, is I do want to come off of the ends of these specific little segments and have extra dock space that expands out just past this, so we can have like a loading and unloading system coming out of the side of each ship, and that trains can come by, pick it up, and take it into our storage area that I'm planning to have under that castle in the hill there. So we gotta figure that out, but that is what we're planning for, in addition to a couple other things. However, I still need to hollow that area out. That's something that I need to start working on. That is not emergency, like have to happen now kind of thing, but it is on the list of things to do and things I would like to get done. However, I did just hear another zombie. Is there actually another? I forgot to put lights in there. Let's fix that. I was doing good about lighting up everything else, but apparently I didn't light up this one. Hi guys. Cool. Let's put some torches in here. I'm gonna have to do this to all of it. That's gonna be a problem, but that should make this area well lit enough that we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's the other problem, is I kind of missed a couple spots when it came to lighting throughout the building process, so I'll have to do that with all of them shortly. But beyond testing out and expanding some walkways on here, I think this, for the most part, is the final stages of this until we get the trains figured out. However, in the process of doing some more research for the Create mod and trying to understand how the Create mod works, it came to my attention that I am, in fact, missing some certain components that I need that I can craft in here in an automated method. And one of them was, no, I forgot what it looks like. Is it this one? Yeah, this thing right here. This sturdy sheet. I need to figure out how to craft these. So it comes from powdered obsidian, some lava, and some stamping, which should not be too terribly hard to do because I have a pretty much infinite lava source. I have a grind system that I can get the obsidian crushed from. I'm pretty sure I have some crushed obsidian already, but let's throw this regular obsidian in here and let it do the thing too, because you get the obsidian back like 50% of the time, so you get more crushed obsidian than not. It's weird. The math on how that comes back is very weird. But we have plenty of space to do it. In addition to, I also did put a temporary, hold on, we gotta go get to it. I put a temporary basalt machine up here because I needed basalt to finish a build. Oop. And this is here, so I need to better automate this, I think, is what needs to happen. But it does work. It is kind of cool. I can technically get rid of this and that and all the redstone, because I tried to build the traditional redstone one and it just was not pinging correctly. I think it's either because of the server or because of just poor connection. I'm not sure which, but we were doing that, so that was a thing. But I'm thinking I start doing the ones that require lava up here, so we can then pump it out of one of those spots and bring it up here. However, I would need to pump it a lot faster, so we're probably going to do a pump off the top of it and power it. Have the suction force piece be up here because it can be powered off this much faster piece. So I'm thinking we're going to assemble that piece right here to make those components, because those will be very important come down the road. Where are they? What is that? What is shadow steel? Chromatic compound? I have things to learn, but we're going to get these made very soon because those will be important when it comes to getting the train set up and running. In addition to, there's a couple other things that I want to start doing. Like, I'm not going to use a ton of them, but it wouldn't hurt to have blaze cakes and their components. Apparently, I can make a chicken farm and some stuff and make those things happen pretty quickly, but we shall see what we are doing because I'm not entirely confident in how much more of certain components I will need. But for the most part, this will be pretty straightforward for us. I do need to start making more brass and getting some more of these components set up. But all I have to do for that is pop down here and change out the zinc for brass. And we get them with the collection of those. So that's the good news. But we're going to get going on that. I'm going to go see what I need to do in terms of getting lava up there and then relocating that basalt farm. So I'm going to go knock that out and see what we can do. And hopefully we can get going on some other stuff very, very soon. Alrighty, so after a fair amount of finagling and wonky pipe maneuvering, I guess, we end up with this lovely contraption that does work. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but you toss in some of these and it just goes bloop, bonk, bonk, and boom. You end up with a handful of these things, because I made a couple to test it, but it is working quite nicely. It is definitely working. I'm glad this fills up as fast as it does, because the ones down there are so slow, because I'm feeding them off of the windmill instead of off of the steam engine, which is fine. I don't need it to be faster, but I was worried it wasn't going to be fast enough, and this one fills up just fine and quick, and it's actually kind of satisfying to watch as it goes, because it maintains itself fast enough that it doesn't fall behind, but when it first gets started it struggles a little bit, but it does work. It looks great, and now we're gonna have more of these that I know what to do with, because I don't know what you make with them. You can make train schedules. That's nice to know. You can make train schedules. You can make train casings. Okay. You make train casings. I love it. This makes two things. We are doing phenomenal. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and move the basalt farm over here, but that's gonna be a little bit more finicking, because I don't know how this is supposed to be automated. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on it, just because I genuinely despise having to mine basalt, because I hate tearing apart basalt deltas, and they're just a little dangerous. So let me find an empty bucket. I'm about to say, I know I got plenty of them floating around here somewhere, and we're gonna take that apart and figure this out, because I know for sure we can mine it with the lovely little drill bit piece that I have in it currently. And then beyond that, I'm not sure how we will end up going about the rest of this, simply for the fact of I never really... Okay, so I know for sure the lava has to touch these two blocks. How it has to touch them, I'm not sure, because ooh, no, we'll get that in a minute. How it has to touch it, I'm not entirely sure, because of like lineup and stuff, but I do know that it is a thing. Let's go get the stuff I just dropped. Whee! This is an ongoing problem. I keep accidentally digging out sections of the ship and or accidentally clicking with one of the like copper or zinc on the walls next to my storage. Whoop! And end up turning the wall pieces into casings, which is not what I want. And it's kind of funny when it happens, but it also sucks when it happens. But I'm not sure entirely how we will go about this. But I do know I want to try and fit it over here. I don't believe these are flammable from lava, but I will be looking into how to make basalt. So, yeah. Alrighty, so I've been puzzling away at how to get a basalt machine to work. The problem I run into now is that if I am to use this thing, I have to be very careful, because every time I kind of tab out and leave this area loaded on accident, these guys were catching fire and burning off, and I didn't realize that until I turned around after making sure I wasn't missing anything, and they were on fire again. So I had to add an extra layer of glass to hopefully be a level of protection. In addition to, I went ahead and just extinguished the fires that were living down here with the fans, and added an extra layer between them and up above. So hopefully that'll fix it. I haven't relit the fires, and I don't have enough of the light sources to fix that right now. But that led us to realize that I cannot build the basalt machine up here because the lava would immediately catch fire to any of this. So we're going to have to do it down here. And the problem we ran into is no matter what I did with it, no matter what contraption I set up, no matter what I was doing, it was not going to work the way that I need it to work because of a few things. For some reason, with contraptions, it would not stay pushed into the block whenever a new block formed inside of the space that was. It doesn't automatically mine it. So that was going to be a bust for us. The next thing was just having it like we were doing up there. There was no like easy collection system unless you were using hopper minecarts. So that's what we're going to end up doing, is using hopper minecarts to get this to work. The problem now that we're running into is, yes, this will work. So I need to build it up high enough that lava would go there. The drill has to exist right here, which powering that's not going to be a problem. Should be nice and easy. And that should, anytime something forms there, break it for us. So now we should be able to, whoops, no, I need this first. Soul sand. And then we got to go up. And then we're going to put the ice there. And then we're going to have to encase this in something. So I think I'm going to get some glass for it so that it doesn't do anything. Then, shoot, I didn't put it high enough. I got to lower this one more time. But then we got to have a hopper minecart underneath this to grab through this block. And then that will be sitting on top of a hopper that leads into a chest. Is it technically the most great machine ever? No. But it is definitely going to get us somewhere in terms of doing stuff with it. I do need to position it better and stuff. But that's the idea of it. It's going to have a hopper minecart pulling into a hopper. And once I get that built again fully correctly, I will bring y'all around back to show it once it is finished. So let me get on that. Alrighty, so this thing is terribly ugly, and I mean terribly ugly, but it is working, it's grabbing it, and we are getting a fair amount of basalt from it. It's not something I can leave on at all times, because this will very much overflow in a matter of minutes, I'm pretty sure. But it is good to have. Though honestly, if it does overflow, I think it would self-contain to an extent, but I'm not confident about that. So I will definitely be adding a power switch real quick. Let's actually do that before I walk away from it. But that should take care of it. And make sure I'm storing my create mod tools up here. I don't have one, unfortunate. Let's leave some things here though. Yep, cool. How do I make that? Create. We are looking for not a gear shift, not that, this one, a clutch. That is easy enough. So we need one of these. We need one of these. And then we need one of these. And that should, yeah. And then we gotta add a lever to it. And then we will have all the basalt we could ever need if we just turn it on and hang out here for like 30 minutes. Because honestly, that thing's going to mine much faster than me going, not much faster. It's going to mine much more conveniently than me going to the nether to get my basalt. Okay, let's do that. Let's add the lever. I'm going to let it run for a little bit so we get some backup. But that is working now, and that is honestly all I could ask for. I do hate that it just sticks out like a sore thumb compared to everything else, but it does work, so we're not going to complain too terribly much in terms of that. I do need to go make sure that upstairs is not burning. Okay, good. So this hasn't caught fire. I think I have enough layers between it and these that they won't burn, so I gotta be careful with that from now on, since that was something I wasn't paying attention to. So we are happy to see that this is working, and I'm gonna go see what else we can knock out for the day. Alrighty, so as you can see, there is a lovely, lovely mess here, and this mess is the water dome that I want to put in up here. Someone had suggested something like it on stream the other day, and I really thought it was a good idea, so we're going to try and do it. Unfortunately, I apparently just don't have enough scaffolding for this to be useful, and we're going to completely ignore this grass, because it's ugly. So let's get it up here so we can see it. That's where we're starting. We gotta fill that whole section in. So that's a lie technically, but that's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna go ahead and spend a little bit of time getting this nice little dome in, and once that dome's in, I intend to eventually put a conduit in it and then fill it with fish and water so it has all sorts of cool little knickknacks, and it's a nice distraction from the rest of the area. Hold on, there we go. So then we should be able to just fill in the holes. But yeah, so I think it fits quite nicely based on the design I was messing with over my creative world. I think this will work quite well in terms of just adding some extra, not like functional design space usage, but also just a cool thing, because we are next to a tropical fish area out there. So there's all sorts of cool fish that whenever I see them, I try and grab them. Currently, I have been collecting all of the goth fish, as I have lovingly called them, because they all are, apparently I'm just a fool. Hold on. But they are all just completely all black, and they're so cute, and they look like they belong in somebody's gothic fish tank, and I adore them. There we go. Pop one over, and we can, oh, there we go. Now we can fill out that. But yeah, so I'm planning to get a whole bunch of different fish. I might try and like get one of every single color scheme in here. We will see. But I do want to put a conduit in the middle of it so it has that little extra shape taking place, but it's also going to fit well nestled into here. I will have to be careful though, because I'm not sure if quartz glass is a spawnable surface. It seems to be according to the mini HUD light scale, so I'm not entirely sure. But I'm going to get this all filled in, and I will let y'all see it once we get it all in. And I'll probably fill it with water too now, and then we'll just get the fish in next time, because they are going to take a little bit of extra time to get them all in and ready to go, and catch them all too. That's the other big thing, is gotta be able to catch all of them. But I think it will look cool once it's up here, and I wonder if I'm leaning towards having some sort of chain mechanism that it's hanging off of from the sides of the room, or if it's like wrapped in some sort of net that's holding it up, or if it's just floating magically. I'm not sure yet. We will continue to brainstorm that until later, but I'm gonna get this built, and I'll bring y'all back in a minute. So I didn't take into consideration the fact that this thing would have drips, and so now it is perpetually dripping in here. But it looks pretty cool. I definitely think that once we get some, ignore the torches up there, that was to prevent possible mob spawning. I think it's good. I think it's good. The one thing I do want to do that I didn't do while it was up there is put light inside of it. Whoop. I could fly. I need to break one of these to get in, and then we can. Oh gosh, I did not think this through. This is an even build. 1, 2, 3. I feel like, is this even or is this odd? Oh, it's odd. Okay, that works. Then we can do, should have plenty of these in here. Do like this until we get a conduit in here, and it just looks like a weird star, I guess. Let's get a look at it from not inside. I like it. It feels weirdly whimsical. Yeah, that is the energy we were going for. I do think I'll have to do some more with it, but once the fish are in there later, I think it'll look really, really cool. And I'm pretty proud of it. I definitely think, because the quartz glass doesn't really have edges to it in terms of visual design on it, we will come back and do something like chains that are chaining it up or something. But we're going to have to puzzle with that one to figure out how to make it look best. But I like it. I think it adds something to the room. It makes it not feel so empty, because now it's not empty. But I like that. I'm pretty proud of it. And on that note, though, we will be wrapping up there, because I am running out of things that I can do that aren't going to take a long time. So, today we added a sphere inside of the dome. We added, a whole dock, gravity. We added a lovely basalt farm. And then we also made the stuff that we need to make the train schedules so we can start working on getting trains in this world. Do I have any idea how trains work? No. But we're going to figure it out eventually. But now we have the stuff to do it, so I can't say I don't have that. But I think we got a lot done. I am very happy with the way that this thing, Skyship port, that's the word, came out. I think it is pretty nifty. Once we get some more stuff done with it, such as the platforms that are going to extend out from here next to the ships, it'll be good to see so that we can then also have like unloading systems. If I want to ship stuff out of here, like lava or something else, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I love it how it all came out. This is pretty good. I'm very happy with the strange floating dome that lives in my dome. It's fine. Oh, that is kind of cool from up here. But happy that everything came out. Thank you so much for watching though. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Drink water and have a lovely rest of your day. Bye now.